Support for this episode of YXC Underground comes from Vita Beauty Bar. You can find this great local business at 608 Duchess Street here in Saskatoon.
Hi!
Hello and welcome to the Season 8 debut of YXC Underground. I'm Eric Anderson and welcome to the University of Saskatchewan's Physical Activity for Active Living, or PAAL, program.
Hello. We're going to take off your shoes now? How are you? New sandals. Whoa, those are awesome. Those look super cool.
It's a Wednesday night in late August and I'm in the gymnasium room of the Physical Activity Complex on the UofS campus. There are children and teenagers running and jumping on different obstacles set up throughout the space, and they're joined by high school and university student volunteers who are helping them make the most of their time tonight. PAAL is a program for individuals of all ages who are experiencing physical or intellectual disabilities, or perhaps a combination of both. Its mission is to provide quality physical activity focusing on fun, skill development, and social interaction. On this night, the Child Teen PAAL program is wrapping up its summer session for youth, ages 5 to 18. Now, half the class is here in the gymnasium, while the other half is downstairs in the pool, which we will visit later on.
We have a big obstacle course today, and we're swimming here. Can I help you? There we go. What? Big one. Good job. You're almost there. Ready? Big jump. Whee! Good job.
It's hard to articulate just how much positivity and joy are taking place in these two spaces. But I hope that by the end of this episode, you will be able to feel just how impactful PAAL is for the participants, the student volunteers, and the parents of the children. Let's start by meeting the coordinator of PAAL, Charlie Prokop. Charlie and I had been emailing throughout the summer to arrange for this episode to happen, and I was blown away by her maturity and clarity in our exchanges. I assumed, incorrectly, she was either a master's student or a professional from the community with plenty of life experience. Turns out, Charlie is a 19-year-old UofS nursing student, wise beyond her years, and someone who I have no doubt will become an amazing nurse. We spoke as she was getting the volunteer assignments organized for the night, and I started by asking Charlie how volunteers work with PAAL participants.
Yeah, every participant, we try to have like 2 volunteers paired with them. Sometimes it's less depending on like how many volunteers we have in a given week, but we try to keep it consistent so like they have the same volunteer for the whole like term basically. And then our PAL fitness program, instead of like being in this like gym and pool, they're at PAC in the track and in the fit center. So they're doing more of like in the track, they kind of like walk and run and like do different, like we have different stations set up where they can do like jumping jacks and like kind of different activities like that. And then in the fit center, they kind of just do like different things and with the gym equipment, kind of whatever they kind of like want to do. And they like set different goals at the start of the term that they're kind of like working towards throughout the term.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening,
Yeah,
Charlie.
there's lots. Yeah.
Is it a challenge to organize all this?
Sometimes, yes. Like, especially when there's like, when everyone's like busy and like in the summer, I feel like it's been like, sometimes there's like lots of challenges with like getting enough volunteers. But for the most part, we have lots of really good volunteers who like are really good with the participants and communicate with them really well and are like patient, and they make our program run well, which is nice. Yeah.
Why is something like this important in our community, do you think?
I think like it just gives people with like disabilities an opportunity to like be active. I feel like there isn't like I feel like there's like different camps and stuff over the summer that I've seen, but this kind of is more like a year-round thing. And I find like it's like really good just like for them to get like have some social interaction with each other and like other people, which is really important. And yeah.
I was going to ask you, and you brought it up too in terms of the interactions. Like, how do you know when the participants are like are having fun? Like, how do you know when it's a good day?
When there's like lots of smiles on faces and like they're really excited to get into it. Like sometimes some of them like certain activities more than others, so they get really excited when we're doing like certain activities. Like, for example, like I know Lauren, she loves gymnastics, so she really loves the idea that we're in the gymnastics room now. So she gets really excited for that. But yeah.
With something like this, Charlie, how important is it for not only yourself but for your volunteers to get to know the participants like on a one-to-one basis, or get to know them like personally? How does that help when it comes to, like, I guess, empowering them to do all that they can do? How important is it to get that one-on-one? I guess you're almost building a friendship, aren't they?
I think it's like really important just because you get to know kind of like their like tendencies, kind of like what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, so that way like they have the best experience possible. And then it just also makes it easier as like a volunteer because you kind of know your participants and like you kind of know what they want to do, what kind of goals they have, what activities they enjoy, and like kind of how their routine goes. Because I feel like routine's really important just because it keeps like structure for them. And yeah.
Do you see the participants not only making friends with volunteers but with each other as well?
Yeah, I see lots of like, especially with the teens and like the adults, they love to like really communicate with each other, and the children love to like play games with each other and run around with each other, and it's really good to see. Yeah.
Charlie, how did you get involved with PAL?
Well, okay, I've been working here since I was 15.
15? Okay, and you're 19 now, correct? So 4 years.
Yeah. So I started out here as like a lifeguard and swim instructor, and then back in like about November, the other PAL coordinator was stepping down, so then I kind of got the opportunity through that.
What have you learned about yourself by doing all this?
I feel like that I like being around people, and like it's kind of like sometimes there's like challenges that come up, but it's like kind of like almost like empowering to know like you can like power through it. It kind of like makes me want, it kind of has helped me like even like think about like what I want to do with my like nursing and kind of what I want to specialize in there.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Well, I kind of like think I want to do pediatrics for nursing, and like this kind of like has helped me like get another perspective into like people with disabilities. I feel like it's really like helped me like expand my learning and knowledge on like different disabilities that I didn't really know about before, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Olive Watts, and I've been an instructor for PAL this is my second summer now. So I spend a lot of time either in the gym or in the pool with the kids, and we have a bit of a different sports activity in the gym each week, and we just kind of hang out in the pool and we have a lot of fun.
Hi, my name is Kate Heidelbaugh, and I've been working with PAL now for 2 terms, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I have the same role as Olive. So yeah, we set things up for the kids, and then we play with them and have a lot of fun with them and try to make their day.
Hi, my name is Willow Chow. This is my first summer at PAL. It's been a lot of fun. I have the exact same roles as Olive and Kate, where we go into the pool or we go up here to the gym and play a lot of games with the kids.
How did all three of you like enter the world of PAL? How did you get started?
So I just finished up in high school, and I'm planning on becoming an educator. So I'm going into education, obviously, and I'm hoping to do my master's in special education. And so having the opportunity of working at the university as a lifeguard and swim instructor, being able to do a program like this is really nice for me to see what my future is going to look like and really like bond with kids that I could be working with in my future.
Yeah, so I found out about PAL through the university as I worked here, and I actually walked in one day to the education building, which is where PAL is often held, and I saw a bunch of kids playing, and I didn't know what was actually happening, and so after that I asked the person who organized PAL what it was all about, and fell in love with all of it, and asked then if there was something that I could do to help, and then obviously then it was a shift that I was able to help out with, and yeah, it's been so much fun ever since.
What made you fall in love with it?
I think just the way that the kids, you could just tell that they were loving it. They were having a great time. And there's just something so special about making a kid happy who maybe goes to school and doesn't always get treated the way they should be. Or at home isn't able to play the way that they are when they have friends here and they're able to just be free in their environment and just feel like they can be themselves and they don't have to hide anything and they can just play and be kids.
I figured it out. I actually was doing motion ball, which is another thing that the University of Saskatchewan does here with other people who have disabilities. So it's just a bunch of games. And I slowly figured out that our program here does PAAL. And I was working in the pool teaching a swim lesson, and I saw that PAAL was going on, and similar to Kate, it looked like it was a blast. I've never seen so many kids just laughing, just going after rings. It was fun, and I was like, how can I get involved in this? And then we actually talked about it at in-service, which is something we do every month, and I was like, I want to do this. I would love to do this.
So when you started doing this, did it come easy to you in terms of working with kids with disabilities, or like were there things that you had to learn in order to really connect with the kids?
I mean, I think that there's obviously things you have to learn when working with children who have struggles that the rest of the world doesn't really see. But for the most part, it's honestly the same as working with kids who have neuronormality and stuff like that. They have the same kinds of problems, fights with their friends and all of that. So I think the struggles that we had to come about were just figuring out how to. I think the biggest struggle that these kids have is honestly being overstimulated in environments. So the really nice thing that PAL offers is that everybody's in the same boat, so we can turn out the lights if we're feeling overwhelmed, or turn down the music, or not have any music at all, where kids like that might have to just go out in the hallway and miss out on the activity that's happening. So I don't think it's a struggle that we've had to overcome. I think it's an opportunity that the kids get to have, that they are just themselves and they don't have to apologize or take a break from it because of it.
I love the word opportunity, because where one person might see a challenge, you see an opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice. Kate?
Yeah, so for me, it was a little bit of a learning curve, just trying to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody's having a good time. And so sometimes it's just a little bit differently than you would maybe take a situation with another kid. And so you just want to I think there's just different ways of going about it and making sure that their feelings aren't getting hurt, but that they're understanding that what they're doing is either unsafe, or that what they're doing is that can't be done, it's against the rules, or whatever it is. If we're in the pool and they're about to dive into the shallow end, you can't always just say, hey, don't do that. There's different ways about going about it. Is sometimes you have to go up to them, tell them a little gentler, explain why they can't do that, things like that. So it's a little bit of a learning curve, but overall it's been such an awesome opportunity, and I think definitely I'm so glad that it was an opportunity that I got to take part in.
You bring up such a good point too, Kate, about because you want everyone to have fun, and yet you want them to be safe too, the kids to be safe. Is that tricky to balance sometimes?
It can be. Usually they're pretty good here. We've got a pretty good group of kids, but definitely I'm pretty careful about making sure that they're not being disrespectful to each other, because that can happen just with any kids in any daycare or play space or facility. Obviously you want to make sure that everybody's feeling loved and everybody's feeling like they're valued and cared about, and that nobody's being disrespected in the facility and the place that they're playing at.
Yeah. Willow, what was it like in terms of was there a learning curve when you first started to work with PAL?
I think just realizing I feel like I'm becoming a kid with these kids in a way, going back into my childhood. One of the kids, I don't know if I should say his name or not, I'll leave it out, but he really loves How to Train Your Dragon, and so do I. So that is something we talk about. I tell you, every time he comes in here, we just talk about it for hours. And another thing is just getting, I think, their trust was another thing. Was building trust with the kids, seeing them as hey, I'm your friend, you can trust me, I'm here to I'm not going to be in a strict adult around you. I think that's what they're kind of expecting, though, is someone to talk down to them in a way almost, which is nothing that we ever want to do to them. We want to be someone they can trust, someone they go to and to talk to and share their feelings to. So I think bridging that trust was kind of like, one memory I have is when one of the girls was in the water. She wasn't going to get in for a while, and I just put my hands out to her, and I was so surprised that she actually took my hands. That was something that was really touching to me. Yeah.
You mentioned trust, and that's so important, I think, because like you're getting to know these kids like on a real personal level, which is great. I'm wondering if you have any stories or anecdotes of like connections that you've made with one of the kids that maybe stuck with you or touched you in a nice, meaningful way.
Yeah, like, can Kate go first? Because she's nodding her head and I need a minute to think.
Yeah. So one time,
That was very smooth, Olive. Well done.
Thank you.
one time I had, there were these two little boys, and they're like best friends. And the one day, the one didn't show up. And it was getting close to Valentine's Day, and he was just not having a great day because his best friend wasn't there, and that was kind of the reason why he was so excited about PAAL in the first place. So when he showed up to PAAL and his friend wasn't there, it was like, well, this is going to not be a great day. And so we kind of just said, well, what can we do for your friend? Like, what can we do something for your friend? And he said, well, can we make him a card? And I said, absolutely we can. So we got some coloring out, and he made him a little Valentine's Day card. And then we sent it with his parents and gave it to him. And it just, I think, was just a way for him to feel more comfortable and know that he was doing something nice for his friend, as well as his friend got a special note from his pal. And so, yeah, it was just really touching to me, where it was just kind of a moment where I just thought to myself, oh, he thought about making a card for his friend, and it was just so cool to see it all like come to life. Even though it was just such a small thing, it was just like very heartwarming. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I have one now.
Okay.
This is actually a story about the same two boys that Kate was talking about. But when I started PAL last summer, I was like kind of getting to know everyone and trying to figure out where I fit in this whole thing. And same thing about these two little boys is they were both here at PAL, and they were having a great time in the gym. And one of them ended up getting hit in the face with a ball, and he wasn't hurt, but it really hurt his dignity. So he was off in the corner, and he was having a little moment, and he wouldn't let his volunteers come near him, and he wouldn't let us come near him. And we were like, okay, like, bud, you can just sit in the corner, and we'll come check on you in a little bit. And his little friend came up to him with half of his sandwich from lunch, and he gave it to him, and they just sat there eating each half of their sandwiches and talking and laughing. And these boys were maybe like 10, 11 years old. And it was like, I actually cried when I saw this, but I think it was really touching to see that these kids who will face so many different obstacles in their lives because of just what they look like or something like that, to be able to just see this moment of these two boys like just sitting down talking like there's not another care in the world, just to really be able to have that connection was really moving for me.
That's a really lovely story.
Thank you.
I'm glad you had a couple seconds to think about that, because that was a really lovely story. What the bar is pretty high, but do you have a story?
I just think, honestly, I've had this happen 2 times from 2 kids just coming up and giving me a big hug. That makes my day. I can't tell you how much, like, when they say my name and then I'm like, oh my gosh, and they'll tell me, they're like, I missed you, and I'm like, I missed you too. And they give really good hugs too. I will say that these kids give like the biggest bear hugs, like they're not letting go of you. It makes my day coming here a lot, honestly. I love being here just to see the kids and hear about their life, what's going on in their world. Like, they're excited for school starting up. Like, a lot of them are really excited for school, and it's so nice to hear. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of, there's so many little moments where I'm just like, that was really sweet, that was cute. Like playing Chop Chop Timber with one of the girls in the pool, that's so fun.
I haven't played Chop Chop Timber in a long time. That's
so fun, it is so fun.
High five.
Hey, you know what? Look out.
Nice.
You know what?
Good high five.
You know what?
What?
Fill it back up?
No.
Hi, I am Allie Jacoby, and we have been doing PAL for, I'd say, about 3 years. Yeah, once they got going after COVID, we kind of found out about it and started.
Okay. How did you find out about PAL? Because until a friend told me a few months ago, I'd never heard of it before. But how did you come across it?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I heard about it through a friend. Yeah, and I wished I would have known sooner because when we started, I think Nash was 9, and I think you can start when you're 5. So, yeah.
Can you tell me about Nash?
Yes, so Nash is 12, and he is going into grade 7 this year. He's wanting me to watch him right now.
Okay. We better watch.
Oh, we're watching him doing his stomping. So he has cerebral palsy, and yeah, so he's limited in what he can do extracurricular wise in the city, and so we've had to look for programs for kids with special needs, and PAL has been awesome for him. He loves it. We do it every fall, winter, and then the summer camp as well.
What is it about PAL that Nash loves so much, and yourself too? Like, why has it been such a nice fit for you guys?
I think for Nash specifically, it's very kind of motor based, right? He likes to be busy, he likes to run, he likes to swim, he likes to play sports. So he is not a kid that will sit down and do a lot of imaginary play or like crafting or fine motor things. So the busyness and the activity of PAL is like a perfect fit for him. Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you, Nash. And I was talking to your mom earlier, and she just thinks that this is the coolest program. Do you like coming here, Nash?
I do.
What do you like about it?
I like hiding underwater with this.
He is very good at that.
He's still underwater. Oh, there we go.
He's got incredible lungs, let me tell you.
Nash, how you can hold your breath for a long time.
I can.
Yeah.
Watch.
You're a star. You're a star in the pool.
He loves doing it. I love seeing it.
Nash, what else do you like about coming here on Wednesday nights?
I just like swimming a lot and playing a lot.
Yeah. Is it fun to see the same people every week?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've made some friends?
I do make some friends.
I love it.
I love it too.
Cool. Are you tired after all this swimming?
Yeah, I'll get a little bit tired, and sometimes I get a little sweaty.
Okay. Thanks for answering my questions, Nash. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. Aren't you it? I just
It is becoming clear too. Like there's such a social aspect to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to see the interaction?
Oh, it's great. So what I love is that it's getting younger adults involved, these university students, and they're getting involved in learning to work with these kids, and a lot of them are getting into careers like teaching or PT or SLP or something like that. And then as far as the social part for the kids, I mean, I just think it's so good for them all to be together and just be doing what they love and not feel, I mean, it's hard to know how the kids feel, but they just all, from what I can see, feel very welcomed here, and it's just everything just looks fun. Yeah.
When you're watching your son, what's going through your mind right now?
Oh, I'm just like happy that he's having fun and he can like be here and be doing his thing, and you know, often we're running around with our other kids to things, and it's nice for Nash to have his own thing to do, and I love it for him because he looks forward to it every week. He talks about it. He can't wait until how many days left until PAL. So I love that he loves it.
That speaks volumes, though, doesn't it? Like if it, once it's done, it's like I can't wait to get back here. That's amazing.
Yeah, like it's great. Like the volunteers have always been good. Like we've never, he's always loved whoever he's had, and the ratio is great. Like, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, and I think some of the kids, they don't necessarily need 2-to-1, but it's so unique and special that these kids get that attention. And I think it works great for all of them, and it's just not something that you can find in a lot of other programming.
I was going to ask you mentioned that there aren't a lot of opportunities like PAL in our community. Why do we need more PAL programs in Saskatoon?
Well, I feel like with a lot of programming in the city with kids with special needs, there's a lot of barriers to the type of child they can take. And so some of the kids would benefit and would love it, but there's parameters put in place, and it's for the safety of everybody, and there's rules and all of that, but a lot of places can't take kids with more severe mobility issues. They can't do any toileting. They can't necessarily be changing kids and stuff like that. So I think there are some parameters around that in PAL, and there's limitations to kids they can take, but I've found that in the city, it's almost like the highest functioning kids are the ones who can get all the programming. So it makes it hard because it seems that almost like the parents that need it most are always the ones getting turned down.
Is that hard?
Yeah, because I mean the parents that need the most help, who have the most kind of challenging situations, they're the ones who kind of need that little break the most and would love for their kids to enjoy something like this. So what would be great is if they, at some point, and I know there's a lot of things that would need to be taken into consideration, but if they could even open it up more, so that more kids could be included. Yeah.
I'm just thinking when you first came here 3 years ago with Nash, was it right away that it was like, yeah, this is clicking, this is for him?
Oh yeah, totally. Because he's a moving guy, moves around, loves to jump, play sports, the swimming, all of it is right up his alley. So immediately, like right away when you come into the gym and the volunteers greet you, they are so there for the right reasons. They are so excited. Every week they're so excited to see Nash, and they make you feel like it's not work for them. And then of course, because Nash loves it and he can't wait, it just seems like a win.
I'm Cherise Spies. I am Evie Brandt's mom.
I'm Marluce McLeod, and I'm Carter McLeod's mom.
Okay, where are your kiddos right now?
Evie, she's in the pool actually.
Oh, she's in the pool.
Yep, okay. Evie's in the pool.
And my little guy's just over there, climbing all over the mats. He's not so little anymore.
Can you tell me about your children, please?
Evie is 8 years old, and she was born with trisomy 21, also known as Down syndrome. So she's got a global developmental delay, so everything, she learns at a different rate and understands at a different rate than typical kids. But she's full of personality.
Does that personality come out here at PAL?
Oh, it definitely does, yeah.
In what ways?
Oh, she just loves to be the boss. She loves to... She just loves to be the boss. She loves to be the teacher. She loves to be the one that's telling everybody what to do and how to do it.
Marluce, tell me about your son.
Carter is a lovely, sweet little boy. He is 10 years old. He was born with autism. He also has a moderate to severe intellectual disability, and he's epileptic.
I'll grab more for you.
How do you see his personality come out here at PAL?
Carter loves to move. He loves to be on the move. He loves to climb. He loves to swim, and we just see his face light up when he is active.
Love it.
Yes.
How have you seen this program impact your kids in different ways? How do you see it?
I feel like this program has, really helped Evie socially. Make friends, and even just her physical ability, especially in the pool. I feel like she's made a lot of progress just by being here. So
I think it's good for Carter to interact with others other than mom and dad. So, and as they get older, it's harder to find activities for them that they can be in. So this gives him an opportunity to do something on his own without mom, and he meets other people and participates with things that he enjoys.
I was very curious about the social side of this, because I know there's lots of like physical exertion and exercise happening, but the social benefits must be so I guess beneficial, but that must be nice to see as parents.
Oh, for sure. I think Evie's a social butterfly by nature, and like Marlies just said, it's just nice to see them being able to get out of the house and do something that's for them and do something that they enjoy, and something that, is going to provide life skills for them in the future. Because, it's hard to find things that they can participate in. So this is a great program for that.
And I would also say it's good for his sister to see. It's good for our whole family, because everybody else in our household has something for them, like their own activities. And this is something that we emphasize with our daughter, and my husband and I emphasize that this is something that's just for him.
And why is that important?
This probably isn't the best way to phrase it, but we want her to know that he is a person, right? And because he doesn't have that typical life stage that everybody else has, we want her to realize that he's an important part of our family, and that even though his life looks different, he can still have friends and he can still have activities.
And so she would understand, it's a Wednesday night, and my brother is off to PAAL, and that's his thing.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And then also gives her and I a little bit of time to spend together, which is now that it's been the summer, this is the first year they've done this summer program every Wednesday. So we've come here every Wednesday. We've gone to the geology building, we've gone for ice cream, and then her and I get a little bit of time to connect.
Oh, that's nice. Has it been nice to have this in the summer then?
I think so, yeah, because it kind of just gives, me just a little bit of time to kind of decompress, like an hour and a bit to just, sit and gather your thoughts. Do nothing.
I'm so curious to do nothing.
Do nothing. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
That's very nice, isn't it? Can I ask you both too? I came into this very naive thinking that the instructors and volunteers would be of a certain age and maybe certain life experience. And then I come here and it's like the most amazing young people, and they're in first, second year university, or they're in high school, and they're just all-stars. But as parents, what's it like to see that the people running PAAL are not that much older than your kids?
I could go on and on and on about that, but I feel that it's very, very...
Please do, Marlies.
Okay, I love to talk. I feel that it's very important for there's a lot of misunderstanding about children with disabilities or people with disabilities. So this program gives university students and those in specific colleges like pharmacy, those maybe going into medicine, it gives them the opportunity to be hands-on with kids with disabilities. So I've tried to make a real point of talking to the volunteers and letting them ask me anything that they want to about Carter and our experiences and anything that they wanted to know, just so that they were more prepared going forward with their life skills.
What kind of questions do you get asked by the volunteers?
Well, Carter is the autism spectrum is very broad. So Carter is verbal, but he actually cannot talk reciprocally. So he speaks in what we call, it's a rather new thing, but it's gestalts. So he speaks in movie quotes. But those with autism that can communicate a little bit better have told speech therapists and others in the industry that the gestalts mean something, and that they're trying to communicate, they just can't communicate in a regular way. So I've tried to explain that to the volunteers, to let them know that he is trying to communicate. When he's speaking, he is trying to be interactive, he just can't do it in a regular way.
Wow.
And there's so much to learn about them. Also, I know in this first year, one of the students was maybe disappointed in that he wasn't maybe progressing as much as they thought he would in the pool. And we just talked about small victories. right? Like, and just when you're a parent of a child with a disability, it's all about the small wins. And like, he was able to get him to go under the water and grab rings out of the water, and I said that in itself is amazing.
Yeah, same thing with Evie. Like when we started the program, she wouldn't even get in the water, you know? And so just, you know, being repetitive and knowing how she kind of reacts to certain things it's helped her grow in that aspect. So yeah, I mean, she's in the water now, and she's trying to do the swimming movements, and she's just progressed so much. It's amazing.
It is amazing. And I hadn't thought of it too about how much of a learning opportunity it is for the volunteers here. And from my understanding, like, would your children be with the same volunteer over and over again? Like, do you get to know the volunteers a little bit, or does it, yeah?
In the summer, maybe not so much, because this is an 8-week program, but in the winter, he's been pretty lucky to have the same group in the fall and then in the winter session, so they would get to know him really well. And then I don't know if you felt the same way, but in the first couple weeks of the fall session, it can be kind of touch and go. But as the time goes on and they get more comfortable, they're more excited to come. Yeah, and they've got a pretty good relationship.
Yeah, totally. Once she gets to know her volunteers, and it's like Marley said, it's been different this summer because there's been different volunteers, but Evie's been in the program for quite a few years, and she's had the same volunteer. So they have quite a relationship, and she looks forward to seeing her every week, you know?
Thank you both so much for sharing about your children and just about this experience. I feel guilty that I didn't know about this sooner. Like, this is just an amazing program. So thank you for sharing about it.
Thank you for coming. I feel like it's important for those, and my husband always says that we wouldn't know unless we had a child with special needs, but we just feel like we should be shouting more from the mountaintops and trying to increase awareness and do what we can for our kids. So we appreciate people coming and learning more about this important program.
Okay, last question for you three, because I know you got to get ready for when the kids arrive. Why does this work mean so much to you? Because you could be doing anything right now, and you are choosing to be here. Why does it mean so much to you? I don't know who wants to go first.
I could go if you want. I think that it's just a really good reminder for me. Like, I could be out having a rough day, like, I don't know, I couldn't find parking, or I got a ticket or something like that, and I can just walk into PAAL, and all of these kids are just so happy, and they're just so happy to be there with their friends, and like, reflecting on it, I'm like, these kids could be upset because of anything. They have so much going on in their lives that I can't even like think to like fathom, but they're here and they're enjoying their time, and they're so excited. Like, it doesn't even matter who comes up to them to say hi, they're so happy. And I think that it's a good reminder to myself that I need to just like step out of my little world for a minute. And so I really love coming here because I can just like see the smiles on those kids' faces, and I'm just immediately like forgotten everything else that's happened in my day.
Yeah, I think it's just such a cool, just a fun place to be. And when I think about it, I just think, somebody told me once, you won't work a day in your life if you love the work that you're doing. And that is what I see coming here, is just that when I come to PAAL, I don't say, oh, I'm going to work. I say, oh, I'm going to PAAL. It's not work for us, and I think we can probably all agree on it. It's not work. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like an opportunity to give kids a happy day and a chance to play with their friends and just bring a little bit of joy to their day. And I know for me, for sure, it makes my day, making their day. And when you can see a kid smile, when you've given them a high five, or when you've helped them shoot the basketball into the basketball hoop for the first time and they just made it in and they're jumping up and down, and that's what makes my day. And so, yeah, there's no other place that I'd rather be, to be honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, it's just, PAAL is just joy. That's what I can say about it. It gives you the same bubbly feeling as like watching an episode of Sesame Street or anything by Jim Henson. I get the same energy from the kids, the same amount of, I love Jim Henson a lot, but like, the same just feeling. You get like feel good feeling with the kids and being able to talk with them and play with them. I feel like I'm just having fun, to be honest, and I'm making friends too. Like with these kids, I see them as my friends. They're so sweet, and I'm just glad that we can be there for them and give them a chance out of their day to have some fun. Where, like as Olive was saying, how maybe other people won't see them and not include them. So this is nice to have this place where they can be themselves, they can have fun, they don't have to worry about anyone judging them in any way, because we're all here for each other and we're just here to have fun and make sure everyone feels included.
You have been listening to the Season 8 debut of YXC Underground. My name is Eric Anderson. I host, produce, and edit this local independent podcast. A huge thank you to everyone at PAAL for being so incredible to speak with. Thank you for the opportunity to tell and share your story with our community. You can learn more about PAAL by clicking the link in the show notes, which will take you to its website. You can listen to YXC Underground wherever you find your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, yxcunderground.com, and I am very excited to say that you can now listen to the podcast on YouTube. It only took 8 years. Simply search YXC Underground on YouTube and you will find all 116 episodes of the podcast. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you like what you hear. A big thank you to Saskatoon photographer Rana Andres for taking amazing photos for this episode, which you can see on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Simply search YXC Underground. Thank you also to Saskatoon's Danger Dynamite for creating and maintaining the website, and to Saskatoon's Vita Beauty Bar for supporting this episode. Before I go, I would like to acknowledge that these interviews were gathered on Treaty 6 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis. YXC Underground is a production of the Sultamra Production Company. My name is Eric Anderson. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon, Saskatoon.